Here's Ventura, RBI single in the first. Watch out. Look at this. Robin took exception to the pitch. And one after Nolan Ryan. Wants to start things back up right here. And there's Lamont. And here we go again. I cannot see who is in the middle. Bo is in there. There's somebody drags out. Doug Manzolino. Jeff Schwartz.
Boy, Mickey Hatcher's got a pretty good cut over his right eye, as you can see right there. Boy, this thing's getting ugly out. Got to get these two teams back to their benches.
Well, they'd love to. I hope Ivan Rodriguez and some of the other guys just stay out of this thing. Ivan Rodriguez just had that fractured cheekbone.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully they will break it up and get everybody back to the benches. There we go. All right. Take another look at it, Jimmy. So as we mentioned, Robin Ventura drilled on the first pitch by Nolan Ryan, took exception to it and decided he was just going to charge the mound. And we'll take another look at
it. Well, the pitch was behind him. No question. You know, Robin's been hitting that spot. That's at least the second time, and he delayed for a second. There they go.
Well, Rodriguez comes up, grabs Robin from behind. Now he turns Nolan around and gets him in a spot as there's Garcia and Lamont going at it. And I would imagine this is because they're probably going to allow Nolan Ryan to stay in the game, and they're going to throw Robin out. Well, I'll tell you what, that's the maddest we've seen Gene Lamont since he's been in a Sox uniform.
Oh, yeah.
Here's where you get gone right there when the two guys come up and grab you. Now three got him. Now Robin turns him around. Pasqua right in the middle of things. Jeff Schwartz trying to drag Rodriguez out of there.
Well, you could see that Nolan was hitting Robin right on the top of his head, so he probably hurt his hand a little bit in that thing, and he did get one good lick in on an uppercut.
Garcia trying to straighten things out.
Beltre ducks off a tough hop, and the throw is wide down the line, and there we got a tie at second. Bautista picked on the wrong guy as Odor came right at him, and we got the benches emptying now. There's some pent-up emotion going on out at Globe Life Park.
Well, Bautista got the worst of that exchange.
The fans may have been waiting since last October, but it looks like the Rangers and Blue Jays were waiting since last October. There was some serious. You don't normally see that kind of fight in a major league game, but you did today.
Yeah, generally it's a lot of posturing. There was no posturing in that.
No, sure wasn't.
Tell you one thing, Rublev didn't waste any time getting a few swings in on Bautista either. Bautista might be hurt.
He could be. Rublev popped him real good.
Well, he picked the wrong guy to slide into second base hard on.
Jeff Bannister right in the middle of things.
Oh, that's still a volatile situation.
Yeah, yes, it is. I think they're going to call a double play for Bautista sliding beyond the bag and interfering with Odor's ability to make a double play. That's Lance Barrett, the third base umpire, talking to Bautista. All of a sudden, this ballpark is filled with electricity. Bannister still jawing at John Gibbons.
I guarantee you John Gibbons doesn't want any part of Bannister either.
Now DeMar O'Hale getting an explanation. Here's the close-up.
Yeah, that's the kind of slide they're trying to eliminate.
Yep. And I think Odor, you saw Odor dropping down. Rudnev said nope.
Whoa! I think Bautista got all he could handle with that.
Odor's now 2 for 5 today.
Wow. That's some pretty solid contact right there.
Yep. Going on the field after you've been ejected from a ball game during the ball game, I got to think that's going to be a pretty hefty fine on whatever, on top of whatever he's going to be fined.
Or a suspension.
Gibbons and Bannister continuing to go at it pretty well. Well, that is all taken care of. Jeff Bannister, a show of emotion as he walked back to the Ranger dugout after the field was cleared.
Three and two. And it hit him, wouldn't you know. Now he has something to say, and look out here. A.J. Ellis got out there just as Greinke and Quentin got together. Quentin continues to amaze as he consistently gets hit by pitches. It looks like the majority of the players are trying to be peacemakers. The trio of Greinke along with A.J. Ellis and Carlos Quentin. Now here come the Dodger bullpen contingent. Quentin being led away off to the left. And Matt Kemp is irate. Don't touch me, I think he said to Bud Black. Don't touch me, Matt Kemp keeps saying to Bud Black. So Quentin hit again. And a very hot Matt Kemp. Remember very early in the game, the pitch that went over Matt Kemp's head to the backstop? I don't know whether that was the retaliation by Greinke, but that's why Matt Kemp is very much involved in this. Jerry Hairston keeping him away. So Quentin has been hit at least 109 times in his career. It's virtually impossible, of course, to read minds, but again, Matt Kemp took a pitch right over the bill of the helmet. Now Greinke hits Quentin, and the benches erupt. Now let's see the decision. Greinke threw his glove down. If we look at the start of all this, as Quentin broke to come out to the mound. So now the players are awaiting the judgment from the umpire. And the first thing the umpires say, clear the field. Bullpen contingents, go back. And we'll watch Greinke and Davey Lopes. Rick Honeycutt. We told you, we know that Greinke's wife and mother-in-law and father-in-law. Here's the replay, and it got him on the arm. Now Quentin walks, then breaks into a run. Greinke collides with him. A.J. Ellis grabs Quentin. In comes Sellers, and down the Olga. After that, every man for himself. But of all the irate people on the field, and I can understand that. Look at Matt Kemp now charging in from center field. And Matt really got into a verbal joust with Bud Black as the bullpenners came in. And Matt kept hollering to Bud Black, don't touch me, don't touch me. Nancy Patterson will have to come out and see how Greinke is. And there's A.J. Ellis tackling Quentin, and then it's all lost. And Nancy will walk Greinke off the field. He's telling Andre Epier about talking to the umpire, and Matt is furious, and look out, here they go again. A.J. Ellis is being restrained, and Matt Kemp right in the middle hollering at anybody who comes close. Dodgers trying. Josh Beckett telling Matt to cool it. This is only the 9th game. There's 153 left. And each hot player out there has to be reminded of that. But I have to believe that pitch that went over Kemp's head on an 0-2 count. Then when Greinke hits Quentin, they're out. Now, Greinke, who kind of went and threw a shoulder block at Quentin, comes out. That's fertilizer, says Kemp over and over. That is fertilizer. And he's hollering, I believe, at the entire San Diego team. And Josh Beckett's trying to keep him away. And Matt wants more. And they're trying to restrain him. So it has to be that shot that went over his head. And he has personally taken Quentin charging Zach Greinke as a personal issue. Here you can see things were quiet, and then all of a sudden, more action. Jerry Hairston came out, and once again, the teams have to be restrained. Here's the pitch way back that got Quentin. We don't have the pitch immediately that went over Matt Kemp's head, but that's not to be forgotten. So Quentin, who is about 235 pounds. Greinke's about 200. So you can understand Quentin knocking Greinke down. And Matt cooling off a little bit with Andre Ethier down there with him. Now the umpires have to go through it all and make some very important decisions. Greinke's out of the game. I don't think he's been thrown out. I think he was physically hurt and taken out, which could be a blow to the Dodgers for sure. Boy, you have some highly talented and very expensive players getting involved. Now, let's take a look and see who's going out. Matt sitting on the bench. Mattingly tells him stay there, be quiet. The umpires are coming over as Rick Honeycutt calls the bullpen. Remember, the Padres come to Dodger Stadium Monday night. I mean, this is not like something they'll forget about for 2 or 3 months. Now Mattingly going out to find out about the jury's verdict. The plate umpire, Sam Holbrook, and Bud Black. Bud, as we mentioned at the start of the game, his dad was a hockey player for the Chicago Blackhawks, so he knows all about fights. So the bullpens are close to each other. Remember, the Dodger bullpen is atop the Padre bullpen. Padre pen is empty. Now we'll get the verdict, or at least we'll watch and see. They have already told Mattingly the verdict for his team. Now they will talk to Bud Black. Watch Black's reaction. So far, he's reacting as if that makes sense. Very calm. But of course, played in the big leagues like Mattingly. And the Dodgers will have to get left-hander Chris Capuano to the mound and use the time to warm up. There's also a technicality. Was Greinke kicked out of the game, or was he injured? If he's an injured player, then Capuano has plenty of time. Meanwhile, Dodgers standing around, looking, gesturing over towards the San Diego dugout. Mattingly might be going out. Skip Schumacher is out there as well. So we would guess that Matt Kemp has been kicked out of the game. And the only big question now is Capuano replacing an injured player? Here's the pitch that we were talking about. Remember, we said that Matt had a pitch go over his head. Marquis had him 0-2, and that's the pitch that everyone either forgot or purposely remembered. And now Matt, of course, was furious. Be a man. Now Mattingly is gesturing to his team, and apparently we take that as a sign that Capuano is technically replacing an injured pitcher. Therefore, he can take as much time as he wants. Mattingly will use the time to counsel the team, hey, look, don't let emotions get away. You're a team contending. You're playing a team that figures to be last or next to last, and don't lose it now. But they've already lost Matt Kemp, Zach Greinke. It looks as if all of the other starting players are in there, with Skip Schumacher in center field. Meanwhile, DeNorfia and several of the other Padres looking on. We will wonder about Quentin. So they're going to be talking and counseling, but at least they're in each dugout, and we could use the time, since Capuano is going to take a while to warm up, for this message.
Third, nobody out, and this is over the head. Actually, must have hit the bat of Kareem Garcia, and a foul ball, and Garcia immediately pops up and screams at Martinez.
Yeah, that was perilously close to his head. Martinez hitting Soriano and Derek Jeter. The last time the Yankees and Red Sox played in a 2-1 game won by the Yankees back in August. Now Joe Torre.
Well, they warned both benches.
I guess it must have nicked the helmet. I thought it hit his bat too.
I thought it hit him in the back.
Really?
It was behind his head.
Well, Martinez now pointing. That's the wrong thing to do. That's inciting right there. Trying to get himself under control.
Now Ramirez.
That ball's not even close.
You talk about looking for a reason.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Don Zimmer and Pedro Martinez. Oh,
that's awful.
Don Zimmer, a 72-year-old man, went into Pedro Martinez's face, and Pedro Martinez threw him down.
That's terrible. Awful. That was absolutely awful.
For the start of the bottom of the ninth inning, we've had another ugly incident as a fan out above that Yankee bullpen has jumped down in there. Police responded immediately, as did the bullpen staff for the Yankees. And it looks like what could have been an awful situation has been handled for the most part. But you've never seen Jorge Posada run faster than he just ran out to that bullpen. I mean, he was sprinting out there.
1-2. Whoa. The Puig is hit by the pitch. In watching what they're doing, it might have hit his nose. His eyes are watering. Ian Kennedy this year, wow, he has been a little wild. He's hit 7 batters. Well, the crowd sees him put the helmet on, and he goes to first. And did that hit him? I think it went behind him and hit him. Oh, wow. Don Baylor out there. Ian Kennedy. That's Kirk Gibson, who is really ticked off. Chicken. All right, all things reasonably quiet. The pens go back. Greinke, a good hitter, but he has grounded out and popped a bunt up, and he is hit. And I think Kennedy's thrown out of the game. Wow. Holy mackerel. And now they're liable to get angry after that. Uribe is mixing it up a little bit. He's in the middle. That's Belisario that went down on one knee. And now Mark McGwire and Kirk Gibson, and Matt Williams is trying to restrain Mark McGwire. And Matt Williams keeps saying no, no. And McGuire's getting hot. Don Baylor is right in the middle of things. And they're pushing Don away. Josh Beckett was restrained. It looked like he and Baylor were having some words. Now there's about a little more ready to erupt. Puig is right there. There is Puig hollering at anybody who'll listen, even those who won't. Remember, he was hit in the nose earlier. Now they're pulling Mark McGwire away. Now Williams kind of slapped Cruz on the back as if to say, okay, get over it, let's calm down. But Ian Kennedy, I know, is thrown out of the game. He hits Greinke right on the helmet. All right, now what the umpires have to do is straighten it all out. Brad Ziegler is being called in. Miguel Montero back to work. Greinke, who was hit on the helmet, will go to first. And a roller to the hole. Nice pick and play to get a force. From Bloomquist to Gregorius. Greinke did his best to make sure there'd be no return throw to first. So the force play 4-6. Crowd applauding Greinke as he goes back to the dugout for the hard, legitimate slide. Gregorius doing well to straddle him and at the same time stay out of his way.
He can foul it back, but it's a good one to look for.
Got a fastball and lifts a fly ball into short left field. Pierzynski wanting to know, am I going? He is going. Here comes a throw by Merton. It is a collision at the plate. And Pierzynski not only bangs into Barrett, bangs onto the plate, and here they go. Posednik getting into it with Barrett. And now both dugouts empty behind home plate. I mean, there is some hooking going on in the bottom of two piles. Pierzynski ran right through Barrett and then slammed his hand on home plate. And Barrett came after him. Posednik wound up more involved with Barrett than Pierzynski did.
And picked him up. This is the kind of thing that can help each team. The White Sox are already a unit that have proven they're there for each other, and the Cubs, this could really cement them together. You never know how a brawl like that pulls a unit together. Well, without question, this is a good, clean play by Pierzynski. He has to go through the catcher. He's blocking the plate. He takes Barrett out and scores the run. And it's after that what takes place. Barrett took exception to Pierzynski getting up and trying to go through right there. And then he's just going to go ahead and hit him. And Posednik right there has his back. The thing that takes place after this, and obviously Barrett has got to be tossed out of this ball game. Posednik getting in there and trying to get a hold and do what he can And from there, it just got ugly. Everybody was involved, Tom.
Well, there's so much going on, DJ, as you know, having lived in this town, played for both sides. There's so much going on right now in this rivalry between these two teams, especially with the White Sox having won the World Series last year. I mean, their fans want blood in this series. They want to rub it in the Cubs' faces, and the Cubs, you know, they want to beat the defending world champs.
I've seen it in the past. I'm around this team an awful lot, and they have definitely become a better unit. Something to talk about in the locker rooms after these situations. And that's a good right cross by Barrett, but when you're holding the guy and having spun around, it's a perfect situation to let one go.
Out of this game, and now he is. I mean, he has to be thrown out of the game, and for Dusty to argue that would fall on deaf ears.
Oh, no question. Matter of fact, if you're Dusty Baker, all you can really come out and do is say, all right, well, if he goes, their guy has to go. He was involved in it. And that's
fly ball into left field. Throw coming in from Merton. The collision at the plate. Pierzynski into Barrett. They both get up, get tangled up. Right hook by Barrett. Melee on. That was Mabry involved in the fight there with Anderson. Mabry has been thrown out of the game.